Hey guys, welcome to the J Squared Horror Podcast. I'm Josh.
And I'm Jake.
And what are we going to be going over today?
So this week, a part of our theme episodes,
Ba, 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 ba.
we are going to cover classic horror versus modern horror.
Ooh, that is an exciting topic, and I'm stoked to get into it with you.
Yeah.
But first, what would you like to let anyone new to our channel know?
As always, for our new listeners here,
Yep.
like and subscribe on YouTube.
Pretty please.
You can also find us on Spotify, Anchor,
Mm-hmm.
Apple,
Mm-hmm.
and Google.
We're available on all of those.
Yeah. Also, Instagram, J Squared Horror Podcast. Link tree in the bio. New episodes every Thursday.
Every Thursday, two lifelong horror fans decide to get together and talk anything and everything horror. So, the idea I had behind this episode in particular was I think we're going to separate this episode. You are a boomer. I am current.
I am not a boomer.
And when it comes to horror,
Yeah, that's what I meant. I'm not a boomer.
you're a horror boomer.
I don't think I am.
I think you are.
How?
Your favorite horror movie of all time is Friday the 13th, Jason Takes Manhattan. And your favorite killer is Jason Voorhees.
Okay.
You prefer
Your favorite
slasher.
killer is Michael Myers from 1978.
Nice. But I still have an appreciation for a lot of the newer
I
stuff.
do as well.
Well, we're going to get into it.
Okay.
But I still think that you have the more boomer mentality out of the two of us. Wouldn't you say that you have the more boomer mentality?
I would 100% not say that.
Oh, gosh. What do you always check if I'm wrong?
I checked my mental encyclopedia.
You check Google.
This
This is a long running joke between me and Jake that started at a bar about a year and a half ago where I just called him a boomer because I know it would piss him off. So obviously, being that we are both big fans of classic horror films,
Okay.
it is, I think, personally, 2022
It
has
is.
been a phenomenal year for horror movies.
Okay.
And I have a tidbit of information that is going to prove my theory.
I mean, the fact it's been a good year.
One of the best.
Okay.
As far as it's across the board.
As far as like the money is made or like.
Just the content that we're getting.
Okay.
I mean, you got to think. We kind of started this year off with Scream
Which was good.
2022,
Yeah.
which is
Was
we're
that,
old now.
was that in
So
January?
it was either January or February.
Okay.
I think it was February.
Okay.
But you got to think. That's kind of considered in almost like the original Scream is kind of considered a classic slasher these days
Yes.
because it's like damn near 30 years old.
Yeah. It is an older movie now. And yeah, so I feel like, I don't know though, but in my opinion, when I think modern horror,
It's broader than that, than just 2022.
yeah, I know that. But I'm saying, I don't know. I guess, go ahead. I'll get you later. Go ahead.
I'm just saying because, all right, so the thing that I just got a notification on earlier
Mm-hmm.
is that the producer that has been part of Smile,
Good movie.
very good movie. Because of the success of Smile, it
Okay.
has done $209 million.
It's really good.
Yeah, for a horror movie,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I agree.
That producer is now being greenlit through Paramount Pictures. He is now the head of the horror department, and he has guaranteed that he's going to be pumping out horror content.
Well, good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's much needed.
That has spiked because of the success of some of these newer movies,
Yeah.
like original content ideas. It's very good news for us,
It is good news.
especially that we have a horror podcast.
I mean, a lot of modern see. So my definition in my mind of modern horror isn't modern made horror movies. So like the fact that you made a Scream movie in 2022,
That's not technically.
a franchise from 26 years ago,
Yeah.
no. I mean, it's modern because you made it now, but this is from a mid to late 90s
Yeah.
franchise.
That was just one example, dude. You know,
I know.
You don't have to shit on me this early in the episode.
Yeah, I had a couple more. Go ahead.
So for you being such a big classic, because you even predate me, not in just age, but in movie.
I am a little older, yes.
But in movie knowledge and fandom, so you'll crank it back to like fucking Hitchcock and Price and like all these old movies. So like, but it's because of your mom.
Yeah.
So like, I'm not taking a shot at you.
Yeah. Although it did sound like it, but okay.
It's not. I'm not. Hear
all
me
your
out.
old ass fucking movies,
fucking boomer. So no, the thing I wanted to ask you was, do you see a definitive line where like horror as a genre took a really big turn or leap forward? Like, is there a year, a movie, a production company that comes to mind?
I would say the mid to late 2000s to me is as far as when I saw a shift in horror. Because you think from like the, I guess, early, like Frankenstein, Dracula. So you got monster movies.
Yeah.
Then you have a lot of like generically made monster movies for a long time.
You did, yeah.
And then you hit the slasher period.
So yeah, came in the...
Yeah, so you got like Texas Chainsaw, and you got...
that was like mid-70s, right?
Yeah, mid-70s.
Yeah.
You got Michael Myers and Jason
late
Voorhees
70s,
and The Burning, all these like generically made slasher movies.
Yeah, we don't really talk about the 90s.
Yeah, you go to the 90s.
Don't do it.
And then you hit Scream.
Yeah.
And then Scream, you got Urban Legend. I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah.
And a lot of those generically made 90s movies.
Yeah, they were all like the same movie.
Then you hit the 2000s, early 2000s, where you get, in my opinion, a lot of like monster movies again. Because there's like werewolf movies coming out again.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of vampire movies coming out. You know, The Mummy, it wasn't like a horror movie, but like late 2000s.
Yeah.
Those Universal monsters coming in again.
Yeah.
And then it hits a point to where it's more like supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
So you got like Insidious.
Yeah.
You got The Conjuring.
Yep.
You got all those kind of movies.
Yeah.
To me, that's been a very good point. From that point on, horror has taken off again.
It has. It's crazy to think about. So the only thing I feel like you're missing is Saw, because Saw was still early 2000s. It's 2004.
What's it called? Torture porn. So you got like
torture horror. Torture porn.
I think it's torture porn though. I feel like that is the term, torture porn.
Please excuse my co-host here.
You got Saw.
I just feel like it is torture horror. I wouldn't use the P word. Hostel was pornography. Hostel was pornography. I will agree with that.
I feel like torture porn is the term.
But Saw had nothing to do with sex. It didn't.
I'm not going to get super deep into this whole torture porn thing, but
I just don't think we should use it. And here it keeps coming.
Yeah, I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. Torture porn. Anyway, I don't feel like it needs actual. Sorry, guys. Actual penetration.
I know it keeps coming, and then you immediately go penetration.
For it to be considered like torture porn, it's more like the human body. So it's not like David Cronenberg.
It's not body horror.
It's not like body horror.
It's not. Yeah.
It's not. But it's like there are some like sexual, vibes kind of to it. That's just my opinion. Because a lot like that torture stuff, I mean, that's just like a movie we just covered not too long ago, like Terrifier.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
Him
yeah.
as the term that you used. What do you say about that kill?
Oh, from Snatched Ahead.
Yeah. That does have some type of sexual thing. But that's not new to horror, though.
It's not.
Because that's like a trope.
I mean, Freddie did a good amount, I think.
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
like a. I don't want to keep using the P word.
Porn
Yeah, it's just hey, for all of
or
you,
penetration.
whichever P word, because Freddy Krueger does a lot of penetrating in his movies.
Yeah, I mean there
Not
are
sexually.
there are. He man with those claws.
This episode is taking a wild
All right.
turn.
So anyway,
Oh my gosh.
there are sexual things that are. The whole trope is having sexual die, which they have in Halloween.
Yeah, I mean Halloween
You know?
did. Yeah, it was almost a start of that.
Yeah.
Trope.
So yeah, that's just something I thought.
But so you have the like I said, Saw kind of came along and it changed the game, especially that early on.
Yeah.
What is Saw? 2004?
Oh, 4, yeah.
04. And then yeah, like you said, you start getting into the Conjuring universe, and then you had the good mix in there in the early 2000s of the Japanese based horror, which
Oh yeah, the
blew
Ring, the
up.
Grudge, yeah, that's true.
That terrified a lot of people.
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, you had the Ring, you had the Grudge, you had stuff that, obviously has, I think it's existed, like the stories have existed, but we did our American take on them.
The Grudge too, very good.
You love second
It's
parts.
better than the first one.
Yeah. So is that your definitive switch for you when it comes to like modern horror?
Yeah, I feel like to me it was that mid to late 2000s.
Yeah.
Is when that switch took over, because I feel like a lot of the same themes you see now,
Yeah.
you were seeing at that point kind of starting up. Now the whole Saw, Hostel, that kind of died off.
Yeah, it did.
To me, at least.
Yeah. It's just hard to market. We kind of talked about this last week. Marketing of horror movies is tough, especially if it's just straight brutal, which is interesting, though, because you kind of go from that into the Japanese-based, and that from Japanese-based, you go to The Conjuring, Super Ghost, you had The Exorcism of Emily Rose, you had some of these movies that came out that, like you said, went very possessed, ghost.
Which I'm not a fan of.
Which
but
you're not, but they're good movies.
Sure.
The Exorcism of Emily Rose is very good.
Okay.
And then Conjuring, obviously, I think they have 3 just Conjuring movies, but then it sparked Annabelle and all this other stuff.
They're making a movie about the Crooked Man.
Yeah, which spawned off of
Yeah.
The Conjuring.
Yeah.
Because this producer was part of Conjuring as well.
Really?
So he has like, he doesn't have many misses as far as like what he sees and what he puts out.
Well, good for him.
And he has been greenlit from Paramount,
All right.
which is huge.
Don't disappoint. See, my thing is,
Because Smile is Paramount.
I didn't know that.
Because it's dropping on Paramount Plus here soon.
See, so I don't know. I feel like M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, fuck, I always forget about him. Fuck, he is part of horror. Damn it. Come on, get it together.
A few years ago,
Yeah.
he was supposed to redo Tales from the Crypt,
Oh, thank God he didn't.
and
He would have ruined it.
it never happened.
He would have ruined it.
So the fact that there were commercials and like trailers and shit for it.
Wow,
So-
it went that far.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I can remember watching a trailer of him sitting in a chair and talking about him revamping and bringing back Tales from the Crypt,
Yeah,
and it never happened.
good.
So I'm excited that this guy got greenlit to do these things.
Yeah.
I just hope he actually does them.
Yeah. Well, it's like, it just dropped. I saw it from, I think it's called Bloody Disgusting
Okay.
website,
Yeah.
who helped produce Terrifier and some of these other new
Okay.
things. But yeah, it's I'm pretty sure that's actual fact.
Good.
Because I read the full article.
Okay,
It
cool.
didn't like say like nothing like shady. You know what I mean? How like sometimes you'll start like when I send you some of those Friday the 13th ones, and then we get
Oh.
like to paragraph 3, and it's like, we don't
Oh, yeah.
quite know.
You heard about that new show they're bringing out, right?
Yeah, we talked about it. It's on it's A24.
Yeah. I am excited about that.
So that leads me into what I wanted to talk about most
Okay.
personally.
Okay.
So, do you think that there is? Why do you think that? Like, so after what we just talked about, so you had the Saws, all that.
hmm
You guys just heard us. I don't have to repeat it.
Yeah.
Then there's another switch,
Which is?
in my opinion, where like A24 comes in. That's the next big change in horror movies.
So pretty much original ideas.
Original ideas, but also geared towards another style of fan base.
What style is that?
Psychological.
Okay.
Because, hear me out, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately.
Okay.
There has been very good success we just talked about it with Scream. You don't consider that a modern horror. I'm cool with that. Halloween 2018 kills and ends. It's just based completely off of something that happened before.
Correct, yeah.
All right. So a lot of the newer fans of horror, or some of the people that have been bored with horror because it's been the same shit puked out in front of you for so long.
Yeah.
Slashers, ghosts, all this stuff. So what I think that A24 did in a lot of the newer movies, and it's not just A24, but it's a good example because I feel like they lit this fire, is it's all in your head. Because I think a lot of our generation and younger we're all very depressed. We can say it. Tell me I'm wrong. How many people do you meet our age that are just fucking happy?
There are some out there.
There are some, but
Yeah.
overall, we see the world from a different viewpoint because of things that happen that we saw throughout our childhoods.
I mean, that's a very good point. So going back to previous generations,
Yeah.
and you're playing on that generation's like not to
Not their fears, but what you think will scare them.
yeah, or what's important to them at that time.
That's why I wanted to get into this newer, like, not genre of horror, because horror is a genre, but these newer styles of movies.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, a lot of people our age and, like, a little bit younger, I'd say, like, 24 to us, probably, and even the younger little, whatever they're called. Gen Z, I think they're called.
No idea.
I don't know. I can't keep up with all these names. They're not going to be scared of just getting, like, stabbed. A lot of us are sad people. That's hey, shit happens,
You're
right?
Dealing with past traumas.
You know, you're dealing with a lot of stuff in your head.
Yeah, deal with shit from your parents.
Yeah, so it's true though.
Yeah.
We're the generation that has had to deal. Not saying that no other generation has had to deal with stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like everyone has had
Everybody's had crazy shit, like
shitty parents.
yeah, shitty parents, all the stuff, all the other stuff. But
Yeah.
it's like now with like, not saying like social media and stuff, but we have a lot of information at our fingertips.
Yeah.
So like we can look up like, damn, why am I so sad? And it's got like 10 different fucking diagnoses of what you might have. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the thing is like for like, I think the reason that like Halloween remakes, Scream reboots, all this stuff is successful is because of OG fans. Not necessarily the new wave of fans that are enjoying like Midsommar or like The Wit or Vivitch or however the hell you say that fucking movie title. Because I don't think they're scared of the fucking boogeyman anymore.
Yeah, I feel like that's also not the same type of like fan.
It's not the same type of fan, but they're needed, obviously.
Yeah, because
It's growing our genre of movies significantly forward.
yeah, I feel like the most prominent or most successful movies as of late have been either paranormal of some type.
Yep.
Or ones that are still some type, actually, yeah, just paranormal. Some type of being that has to also deal with like past traumas.
Think about it.
Okay.
What is the highest grossing horror film to date?
Yeah.
From 2018?
16?
17?
One of them.
The remake.
Yeah. But it's also from a 1990.
It is from a 1990 miniseries.
Yeah.
Right? I had to throw a burp. What they
Bring it back to the old
I
days.
caught it, man. It's right in my ears. They did go. Obviously, it was based in the time that it was, but then with part 2, which
Yeah.
wasn't as successful, but still did very well. You see a lot of that still psychological stuff, which obviously it is going to be psychological because Pennywise, the dancing clown, goes after your fears, which is all in your head.
Yeah.
All your fears are in your head. That's where they live. That's where they exist. But the thing is like it brought, obviously with modern advances of cinematography and makeup and acting, like yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it definitely still was able to do a lot of the psychological stuff that I think a lot of us are intrigued and terrified of. Like Midsommar is not a scary movie. On paper,
I mean, it's not scary in the sense of there's like a monster.
Exactly, but
No.
that movie freaks you out.
Because the
Because of the, excuse me? Can you say that again?
The psychological.
I'm just saying, man, I think that is what does it for these fans today. They might not have enjoyed the slashers. They might not have always enjoyed just like Possessions.
Yeah.
But what they're able to do now is add a mental torture. The Shining is a good example of that. But The Shining is so old and outdated now.
No, it's not outdated.
It's old. It's old as shit, dude.
It's not outdated, though.
It is. It's old, though.
Yeah, but
and a lot of people can't watch
you can watch The Shining right now and still enjoy it.
But the attention spans today aren't almost 3 hours.
You can sit through a fucking Harry Potter movie. Yeah, you can do it.
I'm not talking about Harry Potter.
I'm just saying the amount of time.
Yeah, but the thing is Harry Potter, like we talked about last week, has some of the sparkle of
but I feel like time.
I'm just saying it's older. But what they're doing is what The Shining was able to do.
Shit, Dr. Sleep was long as shit.
Dr. Sleep was long as shit.
It's the same movie.
What you're not hearing what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
It's newer content with similar vibes. So just because they can't maybe enjoy an older movie, it could be for a number of reasons. Maybe they don't like the acting. Maybe they don't like the cinematography. I'm just saying there are different levels of horror fans, as we know. None are wrong. Remember, we're not allowed to shame anybody.
I'm not saying they're wrong, but based on what you're saying, as far as it being older, whatever, if you can sit through Dr. Sleep,
I'm not saying they can.
You can sit through The Shining. If you can sit through fucking Halloween 2018 Kills,
I'm not talking about any of those fans.
and Ends. You can
those
sit through
are-
78.
Those are us. Those are us fans. I'm
Okay.
talking about what I see and why I think that this guy got the gig that he got.
Because of Smile?
Movies like that. You enjoyed Smile from start to finish.
Yeah, I did. I had no complaints about Smile.
Okay, but that's what I think newer fans are looking for because it's so psychological and modern, all mixed in one. I'm not saying any of them are right or wrong. I'm just saying what's growing the horror community, in my opinion, for a lot that I'm seeing and people that I talk to that are outside of our fandom who might be newer to the horror world or just didn't enjoy the old slashers or the older movies, which I'm not, hey, everybody has a place in horror. But I think movies like Midsommar, and then obviously like in a weird way like Signs, even though I'm not a big M. Night Shyamalan guy, Signs was fucking scary.
There are some good M. Night Shyamalan movies.
There are. And Signs and Midsommar kind of did the same thing in the sense of using daylight to absolutely make you shit your pants.
Well, I feel like there are so many things that get reused and redone. So to use your example of Midsommar, there's a movie that it was redone by Nicolas Cage.
The Wicker Man?
The Wicker Man.
Ugh.
It's a very similar setup.
It is a similar setup.
So if you can watch The Wicker Man from the 1970s, and then you watch Midsommar, you're like, oh, this is just so much better, and this is the type of horror that I like. You can watch that old shit too.
They don't. They could.
And they should.
They should, but we can't make people do something or another as much as we'd like to through our podcast. Like, ultimately, we just want to share, like, obviously older movies, obviously newer movies, and bring everybody into the horror realm. But some people just, their attention spans, and, like, it might just look bad.
Yeah, but.
And it's Nicolas Cage, dude.
I'm not talking about Nicolas Cage with the bees, not the bees, not that part.
I'm just saying, though, like, what I feel like A24 kind of is able to grasp both, because Like, we're kind of snobs these days. We mention words like cinematography, and we say things like, I watched a film this weekend. Like, we're fucking losers, dude.
No.
Yeah.
Dude,
okay,
no.
I'm speaking on behalf of myself right now. Not us. I'm me.
There are so many good movies where the cinematography is great, the actors are great. Like Christopher Lee is in The Wicker Man,
Yeah.
the original one. You have actors who are like legit like Oscar winning or nominated or Broadway actors in
Yeah.
these movies. So acting cannot be a complaint. Cinematography cannot be a complaint. I feel like people just aren't certain people, these people who love this highbrow shit, may not always give these older movies
A chance.
the opportunities.
Yeah.
And they hold Midsommar and Smile to this, oh, this is just new horror and it's just so great. This is the same quality and the same psychological shit you can give movies from 40, 50 years ago. You just have to watch them.
Yeah, but maybe they can't.
Why not?
Because not everybody can watch an older movie and enjoy it.
Everyone has the internet. Fucking look for it.
No.
And try it.
They can
Try it.
They can watch it. I would love for them to.
I would too.
But that's not the point I'm trying to make.
What point are you trying to make?
I'm just saying the reason horror is kind of thriving right now may be something that was used 40 or 50 years ago. But that's not the point, because it's now being brought to us in front of us now in a way that makes people enjoy it. Psychological stuff is the new scary. It's the new monster that people are looking for because they relate to it. It actually scares them. You have to like think for a second. I'm not saying there haven't been movies that have done that for years. And I'm not saying that you're right or wrong if you choose to watch them or not. But at the same time, like, if they don't think they enjoy it, at least they have something to bring them into the horror world again. I can't speak on behalf of them. I'm just going off of what I've seen and the numbers that are backing what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just very happy that they're doing it and it's working because I get to talk about it. I get to fucking nerd out about this shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's good they're doing it, but let's not act like the ideas or things that are happening
I'm not saying it's
now.
brand new.
Yeah, I know it's not brand new.
Yeah, nothing is new.
Yeah, these are recanned ideas.
Everything is.
So
Everything has always been a recanned idea.
Let's not shit on previous. I'm saying you are.
Yeah, but even them, like, they just might not like it. And that's okay.
Why would you not like something that happened or an idea that was created or done multiple times, but now it's been redone the exact same way, the same plot?
We would have to really,
or a very similar plot.
yeah, we would have to dive in to actually make that accusation. But ultimately, it could just be the nerdy thing of cinema fucking photography.
I mean, I feel like Smile, for example. I mean, what's the movie Truth or Dare? The whole smiling concept, it's not original. It's been done before.
Yeah, but that movie was garbage.
And the movie, the thought of being possessed by something or something chasing you, It Follows. So you take in two different ideas and made it one new movie. So now...
Yeah, and they fucking killed it.
Yeah, but those other two movies...
are bad.
It Follows not a bad movie.
No, It Follows isn't, but fucking Truth or Dare?
It's not the worst movie.
You also hate Host, which I fucking love.
Yeah.
And that's just based of Unfollowed. Movies, you can literally break it down. Fucking Harry Potter is just Star Wars. It's everything is something else. There's nothing can truly be original content.
Yeah,
that is a fucking fact.
I get that.
There are like 13 things that you can base all fucking books, media, fucking anything off of. It's impossible. I'm just saying that whatever the fuck they're doing is making new people and people that might not have enjoyed those other ones for whatever fucking reason they have are able to come into the horror community and go, I fucking loved that.
Because it's new? You like it?
Fuck it. I don't care. That's the whole point of movies. What's the point of movies? To make money, to make new fans.
It's just like sports. No one wants fucking fair weather fans. Either you were in it.
That's unfair to say in cinema, dude.
How? How's it unfair to say?
Because it's okay with sports. I probably wouldn't have watched the fucking 40s Packers. I might not have enjoyed them. I'm not going to go back and watch the Packers from 1968 play football.
Why not?
But I will watch the modern Packers every fucking Sunday because I like new NFL. I like the way it looks. On my TV, it looks
me
great.
Me personally, I'm a diehard Boston Celtics fan.
Of course, yeah, but you
So,
are this like anomaly.
I growing up watch old ass fucking game from the 80s and the 70s and 60s because I loved it.
I'll do that with the Red Sox, like the
All right,
2004 Red Sox.
I will. So it is similar then.
Depends on the persons we're talking to, man. Everybody has a right to enjoy whatever the fuck they want. Some people haven't watched sports recently because of the fucking stuff that happens.
I don't give a fuck what you watch or what you like. What I'm saying is, don't shit on something that you may not know about and say something that you've just seen recently is so much better and it's just so much greater. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I get that from
give it a chance.
From your standpoint.
Chance.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is some people just won't. I understand that. I might not agree with it. I might not like it. Just like probably some fucking boomer horror fans out there probably don't enjoy new stuff because like, I already saw this. This was like this movie back then. It's almost like an impossible argument that we're getting in. I'm just talking about the excitement I have being a guy that's been into horror for quite some time. And I'm seeing this evolution happen in front of my fucking face. Whether it's an evolution that you agree with or not, I'm seeing it. The numbers match. Smile did $209 million.
That's great.
Even if it's just like another movie.
It is.
Obviously, they did it better.
In certain aspects, just like music.
Yeah.
Clothes, everything fucking recycles.
Everything
back.
Recycles. So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to be wearing, what are the Jenko jeans? But I'll be wearing skinny jeans until the day I die. Everybody has something they like.
If Jenko jeans came out 2 months from now and people were just ranting and raving about them.
Okay.
But didn't know about Jenko jeans back in the day.
You can't help it.
We live in a society
but sometimes
where you are able to know about them. You can look up things. You can experience things.
Yeah, and of course things always mom jeans.
So that's just like, let's say you loved Halloween 2018.
Yeah.
And you thought that was just the best slasher movie out there.
Of all time.
And then
this is not what I'm saying.
You were either oblivious or just iffy about Halloween 1978.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you.
Yeah, because I can't control everybody's enjoyment.
Okay.
I might not always agree with it, but I can't be mad at somebody. I can't. We've talked about it. We've said we want everyone to be able to enjoy whatever they want. I stand by that. I do. I legitimately, from the bottom of my heart now, as I've grown in horror, you asked me 2 years ago, I would have said, fuck you. Halloween 2018, trash in comparison to 78.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying have appreciation. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Don't act like it's a fucking new idea. It's not a new idea. That's all I'm saying.
I know. I get
it's
what you're saying.
A new idea.
I get it. But it's done better. Is all I'm saying. We're both at an impasse, but we're both right in our own lanes.
So you think 2018 was done better than 78?
You're fucking... don't take me out of context like they
I'm
do.
asking. Just yes or no.
I like 1978 better.
Okay. That's all I'm asking.
But
okay,
if I ask the 14-year-old Billy what he preferred, and he said, I love 2018. Okay, Billy. I'm happy you like Michael Myers. Because... me, personally, I like the original for these reasons.
Thanks, Billy.
And he might be bored out of his fucking mind because these certain things have been forced in front of different people where, like, they don't have the same appreciation for stuff.
Okay.
That's all. I mean, there's so many different styles of people. And like you said, like, yeah, if Jenko jeans made a comeback.
Good
like
old Jenko jeans.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, of course, like somebody out there is going to be like, I fucking wore those 20 years ago, you trendy people. It's like gatekeeping. I don't think gatekeeping should belong. It should not belong.
It's not the same as gatekeeping. Though.
You sound a little gatekeepy tonight.
I'm not.
You do sound a little gatekeepy tonight.
First of all, I'm not.
The boomer gatekeeps. The boomer is gatekeeping.
Not
surprise,
a boomer.
surprise. got him. You guys heard all this
First of all,
argument.
guys, I'm not gatekeeping. I'm just saying be open to
Of course, I would.
to fucking knowing things.
I know, but not everybody is, and of
was
course
not-
it's
no, not
irritating. At
Open
points.
to knowing things.
Some people just enjoy what they enjoy, and they're not willing to go back.
Well, that's just
That you
Dumb.
consider it what it is. You
That is dumb.
gatekeeping boomer.
you. It's not gatekeeping. I'm not a boomer, but just loving what's recent and not giving a fuck what happened beforehand is just dumb.
You can probably, but I'm not going to say they're going to go back and maybe like watch it and say they're a fan of it. That seems that what seems like. What if the people that enjoyed Midsommar went back and watched Wicker Man? I was like, that's just fucking trash. That's an okay
At
statement.
least you gave the chance. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, but like, why? If you've
Why?
seen, say you were like, let's just say you're like like a 16-year-old kid, right? AMC's on, you're like the Wicker Man, and then you watch like 10 minutes of it, and you're like, trash, and you turn it to Disney Channel, right?
At least you gave
And then
it a
you
try.
go watch Midsommar, and you're like, this shit's fucking amazing. Wicker Man is not going to be the first fucking thing that, unless
I mean, as far as
boomers.
the two parallels, I would think that was the reason that would come to mind. It's just like watching.
Because I love Midsommar, and I never thought Wicker Man until you just mentioned it.
Have you watched it?
Wicker Man?
Yeah,
Fucking hated it.
the original one.
Yeah. I wasn't a fan. Maybe I watched it too young or something. I don't know. We've been through this. We've rewatched movies that we enjoyed the shit out of when we were younger and have shit on them on our podcast.
Fucking what? Urban Legend?
Yeah. I'm just saying there's things that happen over time that make you who you are as a fan.
Okay,
That's all.
fine. That's fine.
I'm not saying you're wrong.
I mean, I know I'm not wrong.
I know I'm not wrong.
Then that's where we're at. Then. I know for a fact.
The boomer versus the millennial. The battle of all
So
battles.
that's just like if you were to watch Scream 5.
Yeah.
And you love that Scream movie, and just for whatever reason didn't want to watch the other fucking previous 4.
Yeah. I can't knock you. I can't knock you. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I can't say you're dumb or you're not a horror fan.
I'm not saying you're dumb.
No. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure you used that word at some point tonight, but
I probably did a few times, but and I'm not saying you're not a horror fan.
Yeah.
But that's just like, and you take it back to sports, being a student of the game. You can't just watch new shit that comes out
I get it. I agree with you.
and say you're a horror fan. No, you're a fucking modern horror fan.
That's
Then just say that.
they will.
And keep your opinions on anything prior to that fucking movie to yourself, because you don't know.
You are anti.
But it's true.
I mean, you can say what
And you can call me a boomer,
I'm just saying.
as you have multiple times.
I'm
I'm just saying,
gatekeeping.
don't. All I'm saying is, don't speak on shit you don't know about.
Okay.
Like me personally, I don't know a lot about movies from the 1920s.
Oh, come on, man.
So I'm not gonna these movies fucking suck. They're so boring. I don't know.
But if you catch
I haven't watched them, I don't know. You can't put 10 minutes into something. Yeah, this is terrible. I don't like it. You didn't give it a shot.
I mean, you.
I have sat through bad horror movies, an hour and a half.
2
hours
literally
long.
on our Instagram page, I shared that. It was literally like horror fans watch 900 shitty movies and watch one great, and they're like, yeah, that's what horror
Yeah,
is.
but not 5-10 minutes
certain
and
people.
you give up all of a sudden.
To certain people.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily agree with it,
Okay.
but if that's what they enjoy, who am I to tell them anything else? That's where I'm at
Okay.
in my nice peaceful world over here.
I've been very peaceful as well.
Not tonight. I shouldn't have started out calling you a boomer. I set everyone up for failure.
I think I'm just like, I don't know.
You're
If I'm just fired up by something else, I'm just like,
no, it's fine because
letting everybody have it. I don't know.
this is why I chose this theme for this fucking reason right here. This is
for this to happen.
yes, it is because it's not conflicting ideas. It's
This is like how we started the podcast.
to an extent, yeah, but nobody knows those guys. Like this episode or the podcast in general.
In general,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But you've kind of come along in this highbrow, if you will. You've come a long way, and I have same ways, like backwards. We've helped each other grow as horror fans.
I will agree with that.
Okay, so with this podcast, if we can help other people, so maybe they hear my side of it and they're like, fuck yeah, Josh, which never fucking happens. I'm hoping this episode is my one.
This would not be the episode that happens.
I'm hoping, but what if they listen to you and they go, maybe I will try one? Yeah. We're both winning still. We're both doing what we want. We're sharing our ideas in a horror community. I just feel strongly, and so do you. I'm not saying that I won't go back and watch certain movies and be like, damn, I missed a good one. What was the one? Return of the Living Dead's a prime example for me.
Yeah.
I'd watched so many modern zombie movies, and I'm like, I'm a fucking zombie movie fan. Oh, I watched the George A. Romero one, so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Yeah, I still hadn't seen one of the fucking best ones.
It is very good.
How did I learn about it, Jake? The J Squared Horror Podcast. We share growth in ourselves in this podcast.
And I want other people to have the same growth.
Exactly. And if we get that from 2, I'm fucking happy. But if modern horror fans, as you so labeled them, man, I'm having a blast over here. As you so labeled them earlier. Whoever gets enjoyment out of whatever the fuck they enjoy is all I care about at the end of the day. The main
Me too.
thing,
I'm not a bad guy here
saying
that
guy.
You just fucking don't like horror and saying be open. That's all.
You should. Everybody should be open, especially if you want, to enjoy the horror world as much as we do. I'm not saying you don't enjoy it to your own extent, but I am just the PC horror guy over here, politically correct horror guy.
I'm just a fucking boomer who wants everyone to watch everything.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, that's all I wanted out of this episode right there, man.
You got it then.
I did. So now I want to do something a little more lighthearted,
okay,
a little more fun.
All right.
I know how much you love your dad jokes, so I wrote down some horror jokes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I wanted to go over a couple of them with you because only the true ones make it this far.
Okay.
So they get to enjoy this.
That's true.
All right, hold on. Let me open my little book here.
Horror dad jokes. Nice.
I don't know if they're all necessarily dad jokes, but they are horror jokes. Let me start here. All right. This is just like a statement. I don't know how these work. Am I supposed to say it? I don't know. It said, I've been reading a horror novel in Braille. Something's bad about to happen. I can feel it. All right. I knew you'd enjoy that one.
That was good.
All right, here we go. Did you see the new scary movie about the killer cow? It's Horror Bull.
That's good.
All right.
That's
Two for two. What do you call a place to buy bootleg horror movies?
I don't know.
A spookeasy. All right. Here we go. Here's another one. What do you call a website you can watch horror movies?
A website you can watch horror movies.
Yep.
A website?
Yeah. A screaming service.
Oh, that's good too.
All right. I heard a horror story involving a camera and window blinds. I shudder at the thought of it. All right. One more little page and we'll wrap this thing up.
Okay.
All right. I saw a commercial for a new horror movie featuring a clown and said to myself, that's it.
That's good.
What horror villain is best at saving money?
I don't know.
Pennywise.
Oh, damn. So easy.
I tried to set you up with that one.
That was good.
Oh, that's it. I was starting to read our little other thing.
Well, I have some dad jokes.
All right. Are they horror related?
They're not.
Okay, hit me with some.
All right. How do you throw a party in outer space?
You rock it?
You plan it.
You plan it. I feel like my answer was pretty good.
That was good, though. And another one I have. Well, I saw this on. Oh,
Did y'all see his light
No.
bulb literally turn on?
this one is from Halloween Ends.
Okay.
Why can't a bike stand on its own? You know this one.
Why can't a bike stand on its own?
Uh huh.
I have no idea.
It's too tired. Oh, that joke was like a sheet of paper. Terrible.
Well, we've come
Oh,
to the finality of this here episode, where we got into classics versus modern and our obvious strong feelings about both.
And dad jokes.
And horror and non-horror dad jokes. So we wanted to thank all of our fans, as always, for checking us out every week. If you stuck around and you're new to this channel, please make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. We are available on Spotify, Apple, Google, Anchor, and our Instagram, where we let you guys know about all things J Squared Horror, is the J Squared Horror Podcast. I would like to thank all of our supporters: Jeff Balance, who does our design work; Lucky Riggs, who does our intro and our outro music; Trademark Printing, who does our printing needs. All of you guys have absolutely killed it for us. Since day one, we wanted to stay local, and so far we have. So thank you to all who help us grow and enjoy our podcasting time. Jake, is there anything else you wanted to add, dad jokes or horror related, to this here episode?
No, I think I'll save the next dad joke for the next episode.
Ooh, you guys have something to look forward to. We'll hit you guys with some more dad jokes next time. Thank you guys for always listening in to the J Squared Horror Podcast. My name's Josh.
And I'm Jake.
You guys have a great week. And remember, it's hip to be squared.